Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to talk about one of the most important topics in the world, climate change. Climate change is one of the most important topics in the world today. It is not only about science. It is not only about weather. It is not only about the future. It is about the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, the homes we live in, the health of our families, and the kind of world the next generation will receive. Many people hear the words climate change, but they do not fully understand what they mean. Some people think climate change means only hot weather. Some people think it is only about melting ice. Some people think it is a problem for scientists, governments, or big countries. But climate change affects everyone. It affects rich people and poor people. It affects cities and villages. It affects farmers, students, workers, animals, forests, oceans, and future children. That is why this topic is so important. In this podcast, we will understand climate change in simple English. You will learn useful words, clear sentences, and important ideas. You do not need difficult English to understand big topics. Simple English can explain powerful things. So listen carefully, learn slowly, and build your English with real knowledge. If you like simple and useful English podcasts like this, please subscribe to the channel and support this learning journey. Episode 1. What is climate change? Climate change means a long-term change in the Earth's climate. Let us understand this slowly. Weather and climate are not the same. Weather means what is happening outside today. For example, today may be hot, today may be cold, today may be rainy, today may be windy. That is weather. Weather can change every day, but climate means the usual weather of a place over many years. For example, some places are usually hot. Some places are usually cold. Some places get a lot of rain. Some places are mostly dry. That usual pattern is called climate. So when we say climate change, we are not talking about only one hot day. We are talking about big changes that happen over many years. The Earth is getting warmer. Many places are facing stronger heat. Some places are getting too much rain. Some places are getting less rain. Ice is melting in cold regions. Sea levels are rising. Storms are becoming more dangerous in many areas. Nature is changing. Animals are losing their homes. Farmers are facing problems with crops. People are facing more heat, floods, droughts, and health problems. This is climate change. Now let us learn some useful English words. The first word is climate. Climate means the normal weather pattern of a place over a long time. The second word is weather. Weather means the condition outside right now or today. The third word is temperature. Temperature means how hot or cold something is. The fourth word is planet. Planet means a large object in space that moves around a star. Earth is our planet. The fifth word is environment. Environment means the natural world around us. Air, water, land, plants, animals, and people. Now let us use these words in simple sentences. The climate of this place is changing. The weather is very hot today. The temperature is rising. Earth is our planet. We should protect the environment. These sentences are simple, but they are very useful. Now let us understand the main idea. Climate change is not only a natural change. The Earth's climate has changed before in history. But today, the Earth is warming very fast. And a major reason is human activity. Human activity means things people do. We burn coal, oil, and gas. We cut down forests. We use many machines. We drive many vehicles. We produce a lot of pollution. All these things add gases to the air. These gases trap heat around the Earth. Because of this, the planet becomes warmer. This is called global warming. Global warming is one part of climate change. Global means worldwide. Warming means becoming hotter. So global warming means the Earth is becoming warmer. But climate change is bigger than only warming. It also includes changes in rain, storms, ice, oceans, seasons, and natural systems. Let us make it very simple. Global warming means Earth is getting hotter. Climate change means Earth's whole climate system is changing. Think about your body. If your body temperature becomes too high, you feel sick. In the same way, when Earth's temperature rises too much, the planet also faces problems. Forests suffer, oceans suffer, animals suffer, people suffer. This is why climate change matters. It is not a small topic. It is a life topic. It is a future topic. It is a responsibility topic. But we should not only feel fear, we should also understand. Because understanding gives power. When we understand a problem, we can talk about it. When we can talk about it, we can teach others. When we teach others, awareness grows. And when awareness grows, change can begin. So the first lesson is this. Climate change means long-term changes in Earth's climate, especially because the planet is becoming warmer. It affects weather, nature, animals, oceans, food, health, and human life. And now, you know how to explain it in simple English. Episode 2. Why is the Earth getting warmer? To understand this, we need to learn about greenhouse gases. Do not worry. The word sounds difficult, but the meaning is simple. A greenhouse is a glass house used to grow plants. Sunlight enters the greenhouse. The heat stays inside. Because the heat stays inside, the plants can grow even when it is cold outside. Our Earth has something similar. The Earth has an atmosphere. The atmosphere is like a blanket of gases around the planet. This blanket is very important. It keeps Earth warm enough for life. Without the atmosphere, Earth would be too cold for many living things. So the natural greenhouse effect is not bad. It is necessary. But the problem begins when too much heat gets trapped. Imagine you are sleeping with one blanket. You feel comfortable. Now imagine someone puts 5 more blankets on you. You will feel too hot. This is similar to what is happening to Earth. Human activities are adding too many greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap extra heat. Because of this, the Earth becomes warmer. The most common greenhouse gas we talk about is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is also called CO2. We create a lot of carbon dioxide when we burn fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are coal, oil, and natural gas. We use fossil fuels for electricity, factories, cars, buses, airplanes, heating, and many other things. When we burn them, carbon dioxide goes into the air. Another greenhouse gas is methane. Methane can come from farms, animals, waste, and energy production. Methane is powerful because it can trap a lot of heat. Now let us learn useful English words from this episode. Greenhouse gas. A greenhouse gas is a gas that traps heat in the atmosphere. Atmosphere. The atmosphere is the layer of gases around Earth. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas produced when we burn things like coal, oil, and gas. Fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are natural fuels like coal, oil, and gas that come from ancient plants and animals. Pollution. Pollution means harmful things in air, water, or land. Now let us use them in simple sentences. Greenhouse gases trap heat. The atmosphere protects the Earth. Carbon dioxide is increasing in the air. Many cars use fossil fuels. Pollution is harmful to people and nature. Now let us look at daily life. When you turn on electricity, that electricity may come from burning coal or gas. When people drive petrol or diesel vehicles, those vehicles release gases. When factories produce goods, they may release pollution. When forests are cut down, the earth loses trees. Trees are very important because they absorb carbon dioxide. Absorb means to take in. Trees take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Oxygen is the gas we breathe, so forests help balance the air. But when people cut down too many trees, two problems happen. First, fewer trees are left to absorb carbon dioxide. Second, when trees are burned or destroyed, stored carbon can go back into the air. That makes the problem worse. This is why deforestation is connected to climate change. Deforestation means cutting down forests on a large scale. Now let us understand in a very simple way. The Earth is getting warmer because we are adding too many heat-trapping gases into the air. These gases come from burning fossil fuels, cutting forests, farming, industries, transport, and waste. The more gases we add, the more heat stays trapped. The more heat stays trapped, the more the climate changes. This does not mean every person is equally responsible. Some countries, industries, and systems create much more pollution than others. But everyone lives on the same planet, so everyone is affected. This is why climate change is not only an environmental issue, it is also a human issue. It is about safety, health, food, water, homes, jobs, and justice. Justice means fairness. Some people create very little pollution, but they suffer a lot from climate change. For example, poor communities may not have strong homes during floods. Farmers may lose crops because of drought. Small island countries may face rising sea levels. Outdoor workers may suffer during extreme heat. This is why climate change is also a fairness problem. The people who suffer most are not always the people who cause the most damage. That is an important idea. Now let us practice one clear explanation. You can say, the Earth is getting warmer because human activities release greenhouse gases. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere. As a result, the climate changes. This is a strong and simple English explanation. You can use it in school, conversation, speaking practice, or a podcast. The second lesson is this. Climate change is mainly caused by too many greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. These gases trap extra heat and make the Earth warmer. Episode 3. How climate change affects our daily life. Some people think climate change is far away. They think it is only about polar bears, ice, or future generations. But climate change is not far away. It is already connected to daily life. It can affect our health, our food, our water, our homes, our work, our safety, our economy, and our peace of mind. Let us understand this in a simple way. First, climate change can create stronger heat waves. A heat wave means a period of very hot weather. Hot weather is not new, but climate change can make heat waves more frequent and more intense. Frequent means happening often. Intense means very strong. When heat becomes too strong, it can be dangerous. Old people can suffer. Children can suffer. Sick people can suffer. People who work outside can suffer. Too much heat can cause tiredness, dehydration, headaches, and serious health problems. Dehydration means the body does not have enough water. That is why heat is not only uncomfortable, it can be dangerous. Second, climate change can affect water. Some places may get too much rain. This can cause floods. A flood happens when water covers land that is usually dry. Floods can damage houses, roads, schools, farms, and businesses. People may lose their homes. They may lose important documents. They may lose animals. They may lose crops. Floods can also spread disease if dirty water mixes with drinking water. Third, some places may get less rain. This can cause drought. A drought is a long period with very little rain. Drought is dangerous for farmers. Crops need water, animals need water, people need water. When there is not enough rain, food production can become difficult. Food prices may rise. Families may struggle. This is how climate change can affect what we eat and how much we pay for food. Fourth, climate change can make storms more dangerous in many regions. Warmer air can hold more moisture. Moisture means water in the air. This can lead to heavier rain. In some areas, storms can become stronger and more damaging. Strong storms can destroy homes, break trees, damage power lines, and make life unsafe. Fifth, climate change affects oceans. The ocean absorbs heat. When the ocean becomes warmer, it affects fish and sea life. Some fish move to different areas. Coral reefs can become damaged. A coral reef is an underwater structure where many sea animals live. Coral reefs are like homes for many ocean creatures. When oceans become too warm, coral reefs can lose their color and health. This is called coral bleaching. Sixth, sea levels are rising. Sea level means the height of the ocean surface. When ice melts and oceans warm, sea levels can rise. This is dangerous for coastal cities and islands. Coastal means near the sea. If sea levels rise too much, some places can face flooding, erosion, and damage. Erosion means land slowly wearing away. Now let us learn useful English words from this episode. Heat wave. A heat wave is a time of very hot weather. Flood. A flood happens when too much water covers land. Drought. A drought is a long time with little or no rain. Storm. A storm is dangerous weather with strong wind, rain, thunder, or lightning. Sea level. Sea level means the height of the ocean. Health. Health means the condition of your body and mind. Now use these words in simple sentences. The heat wave was dangerous. The flood damaged many homes. The drought affected the farmers. The storm was very strong. Sea level is rising. Climate change can affect human health. These sentences are simple, but they help you speak about a global topic. Now let us understand one very important point. Climate change does not affect everyone in the same way. Some people can protect themselves better. They have strong houses, air conditioning, money, insurance, safe transport, good hospitals. But many people do not have these things. For them, climate change can be much harder. A flood can destroy everything. A drought can destroy income. A heat wave can make work dangerous. A storm can take away a home. So climate change can make life more difficult for people who are already struggling. This is why we need compassion. Compassion means understanding other people's pain and caring about them. Climate change is not only about numbers and temperature. It is about real people. A farmer looking at dry land. A child breathing polluted air. A family leaving home after a flood. A worker standing under extreme heat. A fisherman finding fewer fish. A mother worrying about clean water. These are real human stories. When we understand climate change like this, the topic becomes more personal. It becomes easier to care. And when people care, they are more ready to act. Now let us make a simple English explanation. You can say, Climate change affects daily life by causing stronger heat waves, floods, droughts, storms, food problems, water problems, and health problems. This is a clear sentence. You can also say, climate change is not only an environmental problem, it is a human problem. That sentence is powerful. The third lesson is this. Climate change affects our daily life in many ways. It can affect weather, health, food, water, homes, animals, and safety. That is why understanding climate change is important for everyone. Episode 4. Climate Change and Nature. Climate change does not affect only humans. It also affects nature. Nature means the world around us. Trees, rivers, mountains, oceans, animals, birds, insects, forests, and every living thing. All living things are connected. When one part of nature is disturbed, many other parts are affected. Let us understand this in a simple way. Animals need a suitable place to live. They need food. They need water. They need the right temperature. They need safety. But when the climate changes, their homes also change. Some places become too hot. Some places become too dry. Some places get flooded. Some forests burn. Some oceans become warmer. Because of this, many animals struggle to survive. Some animals move to new places. Some animals find less food. Some animals cannot reproduce easily. Reproduce means to have babies. Some animals may even disappear from certain areas. This is called habitat loss. A habitat is the natural home of an animal or plant. For example, a forest is a habitat for many birds, insects, and wild animals. A river is a habitat for fish and other water animals. The ocean is a habitat for whales, turtles, fish, and coral reefs. When a habitat becomes damaged, animals lose their home. And losing a home is not a small problem. It means losing food, safety, shelter, and life support. Now let us talk about forests. Forests are very important for the earth. Trees absorb carbon dioxide from the air. They give oxygen. They protect soil. They give homes to animals. They help bring rain. They keep the land cooler. They make the planet healthier. But climate change can increase the risk of forest fires in some regions. A forest fire is a large fire that burns trees and plants. When the weather is too hot and too dry, fires can spread quickly. Forest fires destroy trees. They kill animals. They pollute the air. They damage homes. They release more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So it becomes a dangerous cycle. Climate change can make fires worse, and fires can make climate change worse. Now let us talk about oceans. Oceans cover most of our planet. They are like the heart of Earth's climate system. They absorb heat. They absorb carbon dioxide. They give food to millions of people. They support many forms of life. But oceans are also changing. When the Earth becomes warmer, the oceans become warmer too. Warmer oceans can harm sea animals. Some fish move to cooler waters. Some ocean plants and animals cannot survive. Coral reefs are especially in danger. Coral reefs are colorful underwater homes for many sea creatures. They look like ocean gardens. Many fish live near coral reefs. But when the water becomes too warm, coral becomes weak. It can lose its color. It can die. This is called coral bleaching. Bleaching means losing color. If coral reefs die, many sea animals lose their homes. This affects fishermen too, because fewer fish means less food and less income. Income means money people earn. So again, we can see the connection. Climate change affects oceans. Oceans affect fish. Fish affect fishermen. Fishermen affect families. Families affect communities. Everything is connected. Now let us talk about insects. Some people do not like insects, but insects are very important. Bees, butterflies, and other insects help plants grow. They carry pollen from one flower to another. This process is called pollination. Pollination helps fruits, vegetables, and flowers grow. Without pollination, our food system can suffer. But climate change can disturb insects. Some insects may move to new places. Some may disappear from old places. Some plants may bloom at different times. Bloom means to produce flowers. If flowers bloom at one time and insects arrive at another time, pollination becomes difficult. This can affect food production. Now let us learn useful English words from this episode. Nature means the natural world around us. Habitat means the natural home of an animal or plant. Forest means a large area covered with trees. Ocean means a very large body of salt water. Coral reef means an underwater structure where many sea animals live. Pollination means the process that helps many plants produce fruits and seeds. Species means a type of animal, plant, or living thing. Now let us use these words in simple sentences. Nature is connected. Many animals are losing their habitat. Forests help clean the air. The ocean is becoming warmer. Coral reefs are important for sea life. Bees help with pollination. Some species are in danger. These sentences are easy and useful. Now let us understand the main idea. Climate change can disturb the balance of nature. Balance means a healthy and stable condition. When temperature, rain, seasons, forests, and oceans change, living things suffer. Some animals can adapt. Adapt means to change and survive in a new situation. But not all animals can adapt quickly. Climate change is happening fast. Nature needs time. Animals need time. Plants need time. But the changes are coming faster than many living things can handle. That is why protecting nature is very important. When we protect forests, oceans, animals, and plants, we are also protecting ourselves. Because humans are not separate from nature. We are part of nature. We need clean air, clean water, healthy soil, food, trees, rain, oceans, insects, animals. We need the earth to stay healthy. If nature becomes weak, human life also becomes weak. So climate change is not only about saving animals. It is also about saving the natural systems that support human life. Here is a simple English explanation. Climate change affects nature by damaging habitats, warming oceans, increasing forest fires, and disturbing animals and plants. You can also say, humans depend on nature, so protecting nature means protecting our own future. The fourth lesson is this. Climate change disturbs the balance of nature. And when nature suffers, humans suffer too. Episode 5. Climate change and food. Food is one of the most important parts of life. Every person needs food. Every family needs food. Every country needs food. But climate change can affect the way food is grown, produced, and delivered. This is a serious issue. Let us understand it in simple English. Most food begins with farming. Farmers grow rice, wheat, vegetables, fruits, corn, and many other crops. A crop means a plant grown for food. To grow crops, farmers need good soil, enough water, sunlight, stable seasons, and suitable temperature. Suitable means right or proper. But climate change can disturb all these things. If there is too much heat, crops can dry out. If there is too little rain, crops may not grow well. If there is too much rain, crops can be destroyed by floods. If storms become stronger, farms can be damaged. If seasons become confusing, farmers may not know the right time to plant. This creates a big problem. Farmers depend on timing. They need to know when rain will come. They need to know when to plant seeds. They need to know when to harvest crops. Harvest means to collect crops from the field. But when the climate becomes unstable, farming becomes more difficult. Let us take a simple example. Imagine a farmer plants seeds because the rainy season usually begins in June. But this year the rain comes late. The soil stays dry. The seeds do not grow well. Now imagine another year. The rain comes too heavily. The field becomes flooded. The plants die. In both cases, the farmer suffers. Less food is produced. The farmer earns less money. And food prices may rise. This is how climate change can affect the food on our plates. Now let us talk about water. Agriculture needs a lot of water. Agriculture means farming. Crops need water to grow. Animals need water. Farmers need water for their fields. But drought can make water limited. Limited means not enough. When water becomes limited, farmers may lose crops. In some places, farmers may have to use groundwater. Groundwater means water under the ground. But if too much groundwater is used, it can become lower and lower. Then future farming becomes harder. Now let us talk about heat. Some plants can grow only in certain temperatures. If the temperature becomes too high, the plant may become weak. It may produce less food. Sometimes the quality of food can also become lower. For example, fruits may become smaller. Grains may not grow properly. Vegetables may dry out faster. Heat can also affect farm animals. Cows, goats, chickens, and other animals can suffer from extreme heat. They may eat less. They may produce less milk. They may become sick. So climate change affects both crops and animals. Now let us talk about fish. Many people around the world depend on fish for food and income. But warmer oceans can change where fish live. Some fish move to cooler waters. Some fish become fewer in certain areas. This affects fishermen. If fishermen catch fewer fish, they earn less money. Families who depend on fish also suffer. This is another way climate change affects food. Now let us learn useful English words from this episode. Food supply means the amount of food available. Crop means a plant grown for food. Farmer means a person who grows food or raises animals. Agriculture means farming. Harvest means collecting crops from the field. Food security means having enough safe and healthy food. Drought means a long time with little or no rain. Food price means the cost of food. Now use these words in simple sentences. Climate change can affect the food supply. Farmers grow crops. Agriculture needs water. The harvest was damaged by floods. Food security is important for every country. A drought can destroy crops. Food prices may rise after bad weather. These sentences are helpful for English learners. Now let us understand a very important idea. Climate change can create food insecurity. Food insecurity means people do not have enough safe and healthy food. This can happen when food production falls. It can happen when food becomes too expensive. It can happen when floods or storms damage transport roads. It can happen when farmers lose their income. It can happen when fishing becomes difficult. So climate change is connected to hunger. It is connected to poverty. It is connected to health. It is connected to the economy. The economy means the system of money, jobs, trade, and production in a country. When food prices rise, poor families suffer first. A rich family may still buy food, but a poor family may have to choose cheaper and less healthy food. Children may not get enough nutrition. Nutrition means the healthy things our body gets from food. This can affect growth, learning, and health. That is why climate change is not only an environmental problem, it is also a food problem, a health problem, a family problem, a human problem. Now let us talk about solutions. Farmers can use better farming methods. They can use water carefully. They can grow crops that survive heat or drought better. Communities can protect water sources. Governments can support farmers. People can reduce food waste. Food waste means throwing away food that could be eaten. Reducing food waste is very important. When we waste food, we also waste water, land, energy, labor, and transport. Every piece of food has a journey. Someone grew it. Someone transported it. Someone sold it. Someone cooked it. So we should respect food. A simple action like not wasting food can also help the environment. Now let us make a clear explanation. You can say, climate change affects food by damaging crops, reducing water, increasing heat, harming animals, and raising food prices. You can also say, food security means everyone has enough safe and healthy food to eat. The fifth lesson is this. Climate change can affect the food we grow, the food we buy, and the food we eat. So protecting the climate also means protecting our food. Episode 6. Climate Change and Human Health. Climate change is not only about the environment, it is also about human health. Health means the condition of our body and mind. When the climate changes, people can become sick in different ways. Let us understand this slowly. First, extreme heat can harm the human body. Extreme means very strong or very serious. When the temperature becomes too high, the body struggles to stay cool. People may feel weak, tired, dizzy, or thirsty. Dizzy means feeling like your head is turning. Too much heat can cause dehydration. Dehydration means the body does not have enough water. In serious cases, heat can cause heat stroke. Heat stroke is a dangerous condition when the body becomes too hot and cannot cool down properly. Older people, children, pregnant women, sick people, and outdoor workers are at higher risk. Outdoor workers include farmers, builders, delivery workers, traffic workers, street vendors, and many others. They may have to work under the sun for many hours. For them, extreme heat is not just uncomfortable. It can be dangerous. Second, climate change can affect air quality. Air quality means how clean or polluted the air is. Hot weather can make some air pollution worse. Smoke from forest fires can also pollute the air. When people breathe polluted air, it can affect their lungs. Lungs are the organs inside the body that help us breathe. Polluted air can make breathing difficult. It can make asthma worse. Asthma is a health condition that makes breathing hard. Children and older people can be affected more. So clean air is very important for health. Third, climate change can affect water quality. Water quality means how clean and safe water is. Floods can mix dirty water with drinking water. This can spread diseases. After heavy rain or floods, people may face stomach infections and other health problems. In some places, drought can reduce clean water supply. When people do not have enough clean water, health problems increase. Clean water is not a luxury. It is a basic human need. Fourth, climate change can increase the spread of some diseases. Some insects, like mosquitoes, can carry diseases. When temperature and rain patterns change, mosquitoes may spread to new areas. This can increase the risk of mosquito-borne diseases. Mosquito-borne means carried by mosquitoes. This does not mean every place will face the same problem. But in some regions, changing climate can make disease control harder. Fifth, climate change can affect mental health. Mental health means emotional and psychological well-being. When people lose homes in floods, they feel stress. When farmers lose crops, they feel anxiety. Anxiety means strong worry or fear. When families face repeated disasters, they may feel helpless. When people worry about the future of the planet, they may feel fear or sadness. This is also part of climate change. Pain is not only physical. Sometimes it is emotional. Imagine a family whose house is damaged by a storm. They may lose money. They may lose memories. They may lose safety. They may worry about children. They may not sleep well. That is a health issue too. Now let us learn useful English words from this episode. Health means the condition of body and mind. Extreme heat means very dangerous or very strong heat. Dehydration means not having enough water in the body. Air quality means how clean or polluted the air is. Lungs are the body parts used for breathing. Disease means illness or sickness. Mental health means emotional and psychological well-being. Anxiety means strong worry or fear. Now use these words in simple sentences. Climate change can affect human health. Extreme heat can be dangerous. Drink water to avoid dehydration. Air quality is important for breathing. Pollution can harm the lungs. Floods can spread disease. Mental health matters. Many people feel anxiety after disasters. These sentences are useful and easy to speak. Now let us understand who is more at risk. Not everyone faces the same danger. Some people are more vulnerable. Vulnerable means more likely to be harmed. Children are vulnerable because their bodies are still growing. Older people are vulnerable because their bodies may be weaker. Sick people are vulnerable because they already have health problems. Poor communities are vulnerable because they may not have strong homes, good hospitals, or safe water. Outdoor workers are vulnerable because they face heat directly. People living near coasts are vulnerable because of floods and storms. So climate change is also about protecting vulnerable people. A strong society does not only protect the rich and powerful. A strong society protects the people who are most at risk. Now let us talk about what can help. People can drink enough water during heat. They can avoid going out during the hottest hours when possible. Communities can plant trees for shade. Cities can create cooler public spaces. Hospitals can prepare for heat and disasters. Governments can give warnings before extreme weather. Families can store clean water safely. People can help neighbors during emergencies. And most importantly, the world must reduce pollution and slow climate change. Because treating the symptoms is not enough. We must also treat the cause. For example, if a room is filling with smoke, you should help people breathe. But you should also stop the fire. In the same way, we must help people suffering from climate problems. But we must also reduce the pollution causing those problems. Now let us make a simple English explanation. You can say, climate change affects health through extreme heat, polluted air, unsafe water, diseases, and mental stress. You can also say, protecting the climate means protecting human health. That is a strong sentence. The sixth lesson is this. Climate change is a health issue. It affects the body, the mind, families, workers, children, and communities. So when we protect the planet, we also protect people. Episode 7. Climate Change and the Economy. Climate change is not only about nature. It is also about money, jobs, business, homes, transport, farming, and the economy. The economy means the system of money, work, trade, production, and services in a country or in the world. When climate change creates extreme weather, the economy can suffer. Let us understand this in simple English. Imagine a strong flood damages roads, shops, farms, schools, and houses. People cannot go to work. Children cannot go to school. Businesses cannot open. Farmers lose crops. Families lose money. The government has to spend money to repair everything. This is not only an environmental problem. This is an economic problem. Now imagine a long drought. Farmers cannot grow enough food. Food becomes less available. Prices may rise. When food prices rise, families spend more money on basic needs. Poor families suffer first. Small businesses also suffer because people have less money to spend. So one climate problem can create many money problems. This is why climate change affects the economy. Now let us talk about jobs. Some jobs are directly connected to the climate. Farmers need good weather. Fishermen need healthy oceans. Tourism workers need safe beaches, forests, mountains, and cities. Construction workers need safe working conditions. Delivery workers and outdoor workers need protection from extreme heat. When the climate becomes unstable, many workers face problems. Unstable means not steady, not safe, or changing too much. Climate change can damage workplaces. It can reduce income. It can make work dangerous. It can force people to move from one place to another. This is why climate change is also connected to livelihood. Livelihood means the way a person earns money to live. For example, farming is the livelihood of many people. Fishing is the livelihood of many people. Tourism is the livelihood of many people. When climate change damages these livelihoods, families can struggle. Now let us learn an important phrase. Climate risk. Climate risk means the danger or possible damage caused by climate change. A city near the sea has climate risk because sea levels can rise. A farm in a dry area has climate risk because drought can become worse. A business has climate risk if floods, storms, or heat can stop its work. Companies and governments now need to think about climate risk. They must plan better. They must build stronger systems. They must prepare for extreme weather. They must protect people. Now let us learn useful English words from this episode. Economy means the system of money, jobs, business, and trade. Income means the money a person earns. Livelihood means the way someone earns money to live. Damage means harm or destruction. Repair means to fix something broken. Climate risk means possible danger from climate change. Unstable means not steady or not safe. Now let us use these words in simple sentences. Climate change can affect the economy. Farmers may lose income during drought. Fishing is an important livelihood for many families. Floods can damage roads and homes. The city needs money to repair the damage. Businesses must understand climate risk. Unstable weather can make life difficult. These sentences are useful for English learners because they connect climate change with real life. Now let us understand one more important idea. Climate change can make inequality worse. Inequality means unfair difference between people. Some people have more money, safety, and support. Some people have very little. When a disaster happens, rich people may recover faster. They may have insurance. They may have strong houses. They may have savings. They may move to a safer place. But poor people may not have these options. They may lose everything in one flood. They may not have money to rebuild. They may not have clean water. They may not have medical care. So climate change can hurt vulnerable people more. Vulnerable means more likely to be harmed. This is why climate justice is important. Climate justice means fairness in how we deal with climate change. It means we should protect the people who suffer most. It means the world should help communities that are at higher risk. It means solutions should not only help powerful people, they should help ordinary people too. Now let us make a simple explanation. You can say, climate change affects the economy by damaging farms, homes, roads, jobs, businesses, and food systems. You can also say, climate justice means protecting the people who are most affected by climate change. That is a powerful sentence. The seventh lesson is this. Climate change is not only a science problem, it is an economic problem, a jobs problem, and a fairness problem. When the climate suffers, people's lives and livelihoods suffer too. Episode 8. What we can do in daily life. Climate change is a big problem, but that does not mean ordinary people are powerless. Powerless means having no power. Many people hear about climate change and feel afraid. They think, what can I do alone? I am only one person. My actions are too small. But small actions become powerful when many people do them together. One person cannot solve climate change alone, but one person can be part of the solution. Let us understand some simple daily actions. The first action is to save energy. Energy means power we use for light, fans, machines, phones, computers, cooking, heating, cooling, and transport. When we waste energy, more energy must be produced. In many places, energy still comes from fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. So saving energy can reduce pollution. You can switch off lights when you do not need them. You can turn off fans and appliances when you leave a room. You can use natural light during the day. You can use energy-efficient products if possible. Efficient means using less energy to do the same job. The second action is to use transport wisely. Transport means how people move from one place to another. Cars, buses, trains, bikes, walking, and airplanes are all forms of transport. Many vehicles use petrol or diesel. They release carbon dioxide into the air. So we can reduce pollution by walking short distances when possible, using public transport when possible, sharing rides when possible, cycling when safe, planning trips better. This does not mean everyone must stop using vehicles completely. That is not realistic for many people, but small changes can help. The third action is to reduce waste. Waste means things we throw away. When we buy too much, use too much, and throw away too much, we create more pollution. Many products need energy to make. They need packaging. They need transport. And when they become waste, they can create more problems. So we can follow 3 simple words: reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce means use less. Reuse means use something again. Recycle means turn waste into something useful again. For example, you can carry a reusable bottle. You can use a cloth bag. You can repair things when possible. You can avoid buying things you do not need. You can separate recyclable waste if your area supports it. The fourth action is to respect food. Food waste is a serious problem. When we waste food, we also waste water, land, energy, labor, money, and transport. Food does not appear magically on our plate. Someone grows it, someone carries it, someone sells it, someone cooks it. So we should take only what we need. Store food properly. Use leftovers wisely. Share extra food safely if possible. And value every meal. The fifth action is to plant and protect trees. Trees are very important. They absorb carbon dioxide. They give oxygen. They provide shade. They cool streets. They protect soil. They support birds and insects. But planting trees is not enough. We must also protect existing trees and forests. A big old tree has great value. A forest has great value. Nature is not decoration. Nature is life support. The sixth action is to use water carefully. Water is precious. Precious means very valuable. Climate change can create water problems in many places, so we should not waste water. Turn off taps properly. Fix leaks when possible. Use water carefully while washing. Collect rainwater where it is safe and possible. Protect rivers, lakes, and local water sources. The seventh action is to learn and talk about climate change. This is very important. Awareness creates change. When people understand climate change, they can make better choices. They can vote better. They can support better policies. They can teach children. They can help communities prepare. They can ask businesses and leaders to act responsibly. Talking about climate change is also an action. Learning is also an action. Teaching is also an action. Now let us learn useful English words from this episode. Save means to use less or protect something. Energy means power used to do work. Efficient means using less energy or effort. Transport means movement from one place to another. Waste means unwanted things we throw away. Reduce means use less. Reuse means use again. Recycle means turn waste into useful material again. Now let us use these words in simple sentences. We should save energy. Efficient lights use less electricity. Public transport can reduce pollution. Do not waste food. Reduce plastic use. Reuse old bags. Recycle paper and bottles. These are simple sentences, but they are very useful in daily English. Now let us understand one balanced idea. Individual action is important, but it is not enough alone. Individual means one person. Big companies, governments, industries, and systems also must change. They must reduce pollution. They must invest in clean energy. They must protect forests. They must build safe cities. They must support farmers and vulnerable people. So do not think climate change is only your personal responsibility. But also, do not think your actions are meaningless. Both are true. Personal action matters. System change matters more. And both should happen together. Here is a simple English explanation. In daily life, we can help by saving energy, reducing waste, using transport wisely, respecting food, protecting trees, saving water, and spreading awareness. You can also say, small actions become powerful when many people do them together. The eighth lesson is this. You may be one person, but your choices still matter. A better planet begins with better habits, better awareness, and better responsibility. Climate change is serious, but the future is not hopeless. Every small action matters. Save energy, respect food, protect water, reduce waste, and care for nature. Earth is our home, and when we protect the planet, we protect ourselves. Let us learn, act, and build a better future together.